You know, people, do what you got to do, but get the motherfuckers. That's almost a goon. And what's next? Also, you can click on my socials. Go to any of my socials, BS Comedian. Click on the link in the link tree if you want to get a ticket to one of the shows. I'm coming everywhere: Philly, Atlanta, all the places. Also, check out my serious radio. Netflix is a joke radio. I have a serious show called Stories from the Road. Yeah, that's out there now. And also, each and every Tuesday at the Comedy Mothership is Bottom of the Barrel and Improvised Stand-Up Show. All the suggestions come from you. I think that's everything. Also, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, you want advice from the advice champ, go ahead and email us at bswithbriansimpson@gmail.com. You know what? We're going to go ahead and start with the goddamn. Okay. Let's just do that. How about that? This is from Cameron. Cameron says, "No, bruh, no, not fuck Rob, not at all." Oh, okay. He's responding to something from some earlier. Okay. I just thought it would be dope to participate. I don't have the same education experience. Okay. Next one, also from Cameron. Why the fuck are comedians putting out 40-minute specials all of a sudden? We come see you live for 80 to 90-minute headlining sets live. When you cut that down to an hour, I can see that sort of. But 40, what did Netflix tell y'all people to turn on after that people turn off after 40? But they won't give you any other data than that. But that data is accurate, or is it possibly a negotiating tool so they can get more comedians' faces on their platform for the same overall price? I hope the minutes went down, but the bag stayed the same. But that doesn't sound like business to me. Keep chomping, Beaver Puss. Keep chomping, Beaver Puss. Yeah, we're not letting Beaver Puss die. So listen, I don't know what, I think the data says that people tune out halfway through, no matter the length of the thing. People usually tune out halfway through. So I think the main reason that people are putting out 40-minute specials is because that's the minimum for the full-length special is 40 minutes, and you don't get paid for more minutes, or they decided to cut out 20 minutes for whatever reason, or whatever calculation comics make in that. But I think the minimum they can turn in is 40 minutes. Or maybe they decided that 40 minutes was all there was. Also, I think some people think that that the shorter the special is, the more likely people are to watch it. Like if you sit down and you see something, 3.5 hours, you'd be like, I can't start this. So maybe there's some other calculation there, but I don't know. No one's ever really told me. I had the opposite problem, which somehow, but yeah, people have different calculations about that. So 40 minutes seems like the sweet spot, I think. Because I think most people don't finish hours, but I have no idea. All right, Dr. Cook question. Hi, Brian. All of a sudden, the past few days, I've had 1,000 flies in my apartment, and it's been an issue. I hate flies with a passion, and I remembered you saying that you did too, and recommend the Bug Assault Rifle on the podcast. I just got it yesterday. I just want to say, this is one of the most satisfying experiences I've had in a while. The salt shoots out with a lot of force and really annihilates them. It really does. So, I've been going around my apartment, John wicking all these flies, just having a blast. Probably killed like a few dozen of them. Anyway, just wanted to thank you again for that recommendation, and thanks, Bug Assault, for existing. Doctor, good question. Okay, listen, yeah, man, if you got a bunch of flies in your apartment all of a sudden, they either getting in or they breeding them. You got to find where the rotten food is, or where the hole is in the screen. I don't know what your situation is, but having dozens of flies in your apartment is, there's a breach. But I'm sure you got it. Good question. You didn't even ask the question. Okay. This is from Seth. Okay. Hey, Brian, huge fan here. Was wondering if you could give some advice. Okay, here we go. Relationship advice. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. My ex and I split up 2 years ago, and it's been a never-ending nightmare since. Since you split up? Currently, my lease is ending, and I decided to move in with a guy friend of mine who's remained friends with my ex, despite only knowing her through me. All right? This supposed friend then went on to convince me to move into his place a month earlier because my ex wanted to move into my old place for the last month of the lease. Because she's now getting a place with my old roommate. Okay, so that's confusing. Wait a minute. Currently, my lease is ending, and I decided to move in with a guy friend of mine. Okay. The supposed friend then went on to convince me to move into his place a month earlier. Oh, he wanted to move in sooner because my ex wanted to move into.
I hope your day is full of whales and dolphins and sea lions and jellyfish and stingray, and that's all I got. Starfish, baby. Something's way off. Multiple swords means multiple women left you. You get a sword every time a woman leaves you. It's like collecting a stripe on your belt in jiu-jitsu. Is that how that works? You get stripes on the belts? I don't know. I'm getting like, I get a few drops of knowledge about that here and there because I'm like, everyone I hang out with is involved in some way with MMA. Like my boyfriend, Kim. I'm in Texas, it's like Rogan and those guys. So I'm like, I sponge up some like things here and there, but I don't really know what they mean. You know what I mean? I'm like, Muay Thai shorts. I could tell you a few different brands if you guys are curious about that, but it's only just because I've absorbed information from people who are more knowledgeable. Okay?
Yeah, you get the buzzwords.
I get the buzzwords. I'm like, oh, Muay Thai shorts, Fairtex, check them out. I know, that's the only brand I know. And super rare now. It is weird how when you start dating somebody, like, you have to, their interests become your interests, sort of. Like, not fully, but kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think I was going to be looking at Muay Thai shorts, or I didn't think I was going to be researching Mandalorian birthday cards. You know, one thing leads to another. You meet a guy, he's your boyfriend, then all of a sudden you're Googling Mandalorian birthday cards. That was not part of the plan, dude. I didn't go into 2024 thinking I'm going to learn more about Star Wars, but here I am.
What are some other things that you, like niche interests that you've learned about because of relationship?
A lover. Unfortunately, crypto.
Oh, yeah.
The NFTs were worthless and so was our love. Yeah, no, I had an ex that was obsessed with crypto to the point where it was like unhealthy. Like if it came down to fucking or crypto, he would always pick crypto. Like he'd be in bed researching the froggies. There's like these little frog toads, the cryptodes. They're called cryptodes. Let's pull them up. Can we pull up a cryptode? This was the end of my last relationship. Cryptodes. Yeah, they look like little nonsensical things. They look like ugly JPEGs, right? This is what.
Was yours like you had a girl crypto?
Yeah, then he sent me the low budget girl toad version, a toadette.
Yeah, at this point you're looking at his phone hoping for an ass cheek or something.
It would be so much better if he was looking up pussy. Instead, he's looking up like fucking JPEGs of frogs with cigarettes and do-rags. That was my reality for a while. I had one guy that was obsessed with the Smiths, the band The Smiths, which I like the Smiths, but we would always listen to the Smiths. We went to a cover band. We went to a Smiths cover band. I can't think of what the fuck it's called. I think it was like the Sweet and Tender Hooligans. I think that's what it's called. And we saw them in Anaheim. And yeah, because of that, I learned a lot of the Smiths songs that nobody even really likes. Like the B-sides of the Smiths. Like everyone knows Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, but like do people know Gene? Because Gene's a shit song and people don't talk about Gene enough. It's the worst Smith song that exists, probably. I'm trying to think what other things. Yeah, Spider-Man. The Cryptoad guy also loved him some Spider-Man. So there was lots of that happening, lots of Marvel happening. I went to like a few different like day of screenings of the movies, and I would have to get so stoned. Like I would have to eat like at least 50 milligrams of THC to survive. I don't even know what happened in them, to be honest. Like, and it was like he really wanted me there, and I felt like I had to be there. Like as a partner, I'm like, okay, you want me to be at the premiere of the Spider-Man thing? Fine, I will physically be there, but emotionally, spiritually, energetically, I am not in that seat. You know, I was having my own adventure. But the crypto thing, I think that was one of the worst ones because it was like also didn't have thousands and thousands of dollars to invest into these JPEGs. So like, and I would get upset because I would be like, okay, I can't even do this with you, like, because I don't have 10K to throw away on a Froggy. If I did, I would be on a vacation right now. I wouldn't be spending my money on this. Just like I had zero interest in it. And it wasn't just like he kind of was interested in it. It was like he ate, slept, like breathed crypto, NFT, like World of Women. Like look up World of Women. Like these ones were like, I want to say like close to 12K. World of Women NFT. They're like women with like, it was like a black lady with like blue lips. Yeah. He bought one of these. And I was like, cool, the art's better than the toad, but what do you do with it? And like, where does it live? And I just like, I didn't understand it. And he would be in the living room being on phone calls with his friends being like, I got alpha. That's what they say. They use the word alpha.
Oh no.
They use the word, the NFT community doesn't just say info, they say alpha.
Would you prefer this or like a fantasy football addiction?
A fantasy football addiction for sure over this, because fantasy football is like, you're not losing, like, with NFTs, I want to say he lost like 100K. And I watched it happen, and I was like, this is scaring me. Because it's like, you're willing to just put that much money into like the ether of like whimsy. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it would be different if you were investing in like an actual business or like something that I could understand. But I couldn't understand it, and he was like obsessed with it, and it was like coming between us because it was like the only thing that he could think about was his little JPEGs. And so
It's giving toddler with an iPad.
yeah, it was toddler with an iPad energy for sure. It was stressful. And then I remember he would get like annoyed with me because I took too many baths, and I was like, well, you just lost $100,000 in money. Like, who cares about my baths? Like, the water bill might be a little high, but you lost $100,000 in fake JPEGs. That's crazy. So, anyways, this turns into therapy.
I like it that you guys are both like challenging each other a bit. Like, I think you're the immature one. Like, you take baths, like,
Yeah.
cartoons.
You take too many baths. Well, you keep buying JPEGs of things that aren't real, and they're really expensive. What the fuck? The fantasy football thing. Oh yeah, I dated one guy who was on 5 teams. He was the general manager of 5 teams. So Sundays were like out no matter what. Like, I knew that Sundays he was not going to be emotionally, physically, or spiritually available to me, which was fine because then I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah.
But the way that he would carry on, like, with his teams and like the level of stress that he experienced from this was not normal. It was like, he actually thought he was the general manager of 5 teams, and like, he's like, I gotta get up early, we're trading this person for this person. Like, it was crazy. And then his mood would change based on how one of his teams were doing. Like, drastically, like moment to moment, like, ugh, fuck, like, is everything okay? It's just football, like, it's fine,
Yeah.
just football, like.
It's always the out of shape guy who's really like into fantasy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He was fucking loving it. Yeah, the out of shape guys that are into fantasy football. For
I've
sure.
said that to my boyfriend before because that's his trope.
That's his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
the
really good too.
fantasy football. Yeah, he pisses people off. They're like,
dude, fantasy football. I wish I had something like that. To be honest, I'm also kind of jealous.
there's the bachelorette brackets that the girlies are doing lately.
What's the Bachelorette? You just do brackets of like who you think.
Yeah, all the girls. They I have a group of friends that did it last season, and I'm gonna do it the next season.
Do you make money?
You can. Yeah, I think that they all put in like $50, but that's like
The
the
Jew
girly
in me
one.
is like, so do we monetize this
Yeah.
bracket or?
Yeah,
I just like I just don't even care about the Bachelorette like that.
yeah. I didn't do it last time, but
I just don't have really like maybe I need more interests. I don't know.
yeah. What are things that you want to get into?
Well, I wanted to get into playing the piano, but that never happened. But you can play it, huh?
Yeah. I can,
Okay,
we can,
now-
we can jam out.
I might need to pay you for lessons when I get a keyboard again because I got rid of my keyboard.
Yeah.
Wait, I do. I want to learn how to play the piano. And maybe the guitar. Can you play the guitar?
Yeah, but yeah. I can play. I used to teach a little bit. We can, get into music. That'll-
Musical. We should have a music lesson on the podcast.
Oh, that would be fun.
Music with McKenna.
Live music lesson.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Comment if you want to see a live music lesson.
Yeah, comment below if you want me to get musical with McKenna. Getting musical with McKenna.
Yeah, new segment.
Oh my god. Yeah. I would love to understand business.
Oh yeah.
Like I went to college for communications and now here I am trying to understand just like the bare minimum of business and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Can somebody please help me? I know I'm not supposed to sign contracts without having someone smarter look at them, but besides that, I don't know what's happening.
Right.
I feel like I spent too much time. I mean, my major was communications. Am I communicating? Yes, but like maybe I could have learned stuff about business, but I had no interest in business,
Right.
but it's still useful.
It's useful.
Right?
Yeah. I want to learn more about business too.
I don't understand anything that's happening. I'm
Just
like,
get some business books and go full Elle Woods.
I go full L, yeah. I'm reading about LLCs today.
What? Like it's hard?
yeah. No, I know like some buzzwords like LLC, S corp. That's it. That's all I know. It's just weird how human beings like you spend your life like getting good at one specific thing for the most part. You know what I mean? Like I spent so much time writing and getting good at comedy, and then now when I zoom out, I'm like I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to other things. I'm good at the one thing that I know, but the things that I don't know, I just don't know. And I feel like some people though they're constantly trying to learn more and enrich themselves. And I feel like comedy takes so much out of you that I'm like, when I have a day off, I'm not like, let me study business.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let me eat some noodles in my pajamas, you know?
Applying the knowledge is hard too.
Yeah. And I'm also like, well, maybe this is why you pay someone who's better and who's an expert in this field to do that thing and you just stay in your lane.
Yeah, there's just too much to learn. I've been you use ChatGPT.
What?
ChatGPT.
Have I used it?
Yeah.
I tried to get it to help me. Okay, there was like I got this app. It was I don't know what it was called. It was like I was high on Red Bull. I say high on Red Bull because you're not just like caffeinated on Red Bull, you are high on it. I was high on like 2 Red Bulls in Texas. And what were we just talking about?
Getting you were high on Red Bull. We were talking about.
You gave me a
ChatGPT, use
Yeah,
it.
Oh,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Okay. Yeah. I was high on Red Bull and I downloaded this ChatGPT. It was like some type of app. And I was like, all right, help me write some jokes. And it did not go well. It did not go well at all. And I was like, write a joke in the style of Sarah Weinschenk. And I was like, if this is my style, then I have work to do.
Oh my god, that's great.
It was bad. And then I just deleted the app and I gave up. But I don't know. Why? Are you learning ChatGPT?
I just barely downloaded it. I avoided like using it for the longest it's my personal trainer.
What do you
Like,
mean?
I'm literally like how many calories do I burn a day as a 27-year-old woman, and like put in all my stats, and then I'm like, design me a meal plan, and like.
Wait, ChatGPT gave you a
can do
meal
it-
plan?
Yeah, it does everything for you. And then I'm like, give me another day. And then I'm like, I don't like tofu. Swap out that meal. And it does it all.
Really?
Yeah. I'm asking it for career advice.
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Does it give you good advice?
It gives you the advice that you kind of already know. You know?
What?
It's like stuff you could Google, but it's fast.
No. No, I don't think I want ChatGPT in my life like that. Or is that just like a dinosaur way of thinking? Do you use ChatGPT like that, Xavier?
No, you know what? I have one story of using ChatGPT. People can, I think, check this because I think the episode is up. But I used it to help me write descriptions before.
Uh-huh.
And they get so silly that I got embarrassed that people thought I was writing them.
No.
There's this bitch with Too Short,
Uh-huh.
and it's I kept it on because it made me laugh so much, but I was just like, I would never write that.
It was just so silly.
Yeah. So I like it for some of the stuff like that, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, it freaks me out. Well, also, you brought the book I gave you from Steve Harvey, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man,
Yeah.
which was a gift from Whitney.
Yeah, this is a gift from Whitney. I want you both to sign it.
Yes.
And I'm on chapter 7 right now, which is called Man-Child.
Oh, I feel like I could have written this book. I could have written chapter 7, the Man-Child book.
Yeah, this book is crazy. So basically, he talks about like how men think, and he's like trying to explain it to women because he was on the radio, and then a bunch of people started giving him, like, women were writing in, and he was like I was so shocked by all the things they had to say, and like,
Yeah.
men are pretty simple at their core. But one of the first things he says is that all men are driven by 3 things.
Pussy, money.
It should. That's what I would think. But it's who they are, what they do, and how much they make.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I've been asking men, and they're like, yeah.
What are they again?
Who they are.
Who they are.
Yeah. So just like their core identity, and
Okay.
then what they do,
What they do.
and how much they make.
How much they make.
And he was like, if a man doesn't know those 3 things, then he's not.
Ready?
He's basically like not, or he's like he needs to be on his way to knowing like how it is he's gonna show up in the world and make money and provide, or else he doesn't feel like a man. But I don't know, some of it like
Whoa.
like he talks about boundaries, and he's just always like, it's your guys' fault, you guys have to lay the boundaries, because men will just time after time
That I
disrespect you.
believe.
Yeah.
That I believe, and that's why it's so not fun being the one to set a boundary.
Yeah.
Setting a boundary is my least favorite thing.
It's so hard because he's like, you gotta know when to walk away, and it's like, okay, well, I'm 2 years into a relationship reading this book.
Yeah.
I'm living with somebody. I can't just, Steve Harvey is like, he's just kind of like, wake up, ladies, all men are dogs.
No, not Steve Harvey.
But I mean, it's sweet. I feel like this, his advice is good. It makes you think about like, oh yeah, I need to be the one to be like, this is how I'm treated or whatever.
Right.
But
Yeah, because if you accept certain things, then they'll just
Yeah.
continue, right?
Right.
I don't know, but like setting a boundary for me is the least fun thing ever, because even when you're when you're I feel like in the 90s and 2000s, no one was talking about boundaries.
no.
Boundaries just emerged out of nowhere. It's like this hot buzzword. It's like
Yeah.
triggered boundaries. And I'm like, wait, let me catch up real quick on what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, in the 90s, there were no boundaries. It was just a wild time.
Yeah.
People would get away with anything and you just let them, I feel like. But yeah, no, setting a boundary, if you do it and then succeed at it, nothing feels better.
Yeah,
Like, if you're like, okay, no, I'm not going to tolerate this, and then you walk away from a situation, or say, it does better you as a human being. It makes you feel stronger. But that's crazy. The way that what are the 3 things that men care about again?
It's like who they are,
Who
what
they
they
are.
do, and how much money they make.
What they do and how much money they make.
Yeah.
What do you think what do you think that is for women, the three things?
He was talking about how women are like, he's like, women are just beautiful, loving creatures. Like, they want physical touch and security and like to make sure everyone's fed and okay. And like, they really are more emotionally like just like, I don't know. I feel like we overcomplicate things in our heads is kind of what he's getting at.
Right.
He's like, you guys think that, you know, I should have noticed that you were in a mood or whatever. And it's like, you guys have to say everything because we're dumb and we just care about how much money we make.
You have to be like, you can't just be pouting, waiting for them to notice.
Right.
You have to be like, it hurt my feelings when.
Yeah. Yeah, chapter 2 is called Our Love Isn't Like Your Love.
Oh.
And then he was talking about like cuddling, like that's y'all's thing. And I'm like, is it? I thought that was for everyone.
I thought cuddling was for everyone. Cuddling is.
I think it might.
Yeah, it's for everyone, right?
Well, because when you're like a kid, you like everyone wants that, right? Like,
Yeah, cuddling's for everyone. Don't let Steve Harvey
Yeah.
talk you out of a cuddle. Steve Harvey.
I know.
Yeah, no, cuddling is for everyone. That's how you get oxytocin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Harvey is freaking me out. I put down the book and I'm like, babe.
You put it down the book. I couldn't even read the book. It was
Yeah.
freaking me out. He was just in my kitchen looking at me. I would get high and just Steve Harvey's face was everywhere. I was like, I think I gotta get rid of this book.
Yeah, I read it in his voice in my head.
You. Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. No, I used to work with two women at Bloomingdale's who used to read that book and quote it all the time.
Oh my god. I was talking about this book at work and
Yeah.
this guy who's a regular and his wife were having lunch and I told him about the you know, who they are, how much they make, whatever. And then he was like, well, we've been married for 7 years, so you could just ask her what she did. And she's like, I told him who he is.
No, no.
She's like all French. She's like, I just told him who he is.
No, I told
So
him.
easy. I'm like, cool.
But like, I'm not pushy like that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I wish but then sometimes I see people in relationships and like the women are like, you need to go out and make more money, and they'll like say that to their partner, like confidently.
I'm like, does it work?
I don't know if it works.
I'm gonna try it out. I'll let you know.
I've dated people before. I've dated a couple hinters.
Hinters?
Yeah, and then like I don't know. I remember one girl wrote a poem about me, and she was like, "You always want me to tell you everything. Isn't it nice when you don't have to figure me out?"
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
Wait.
"I'm just asking if you're okay."
What?
Poem? But that's another thing that Steve does say is that if you're like nagging or if you're in a relationship with a guy and he doesn't make enough and you're like putting that in his face all the time, then he's not gonna feel
Like a
in
man.
his power. Yeah. And so, you know, it's not like you have to be I don't know, happy with what's going on in the situation, but you have to be like soft enough to, you know,
Yeah.
put their hands through it until they figure it out, I guess.
When the healthy hurts when I say what I mean. Isn't it boring when he doesn't have to figure me out? The healthy hurts when I take a sober bite out of a cheeseburger. That's just okay. $16 for mediocrity is more painful when it's not attached to a 53 bar tat. How does it feel to be a muse? The healthy hurts.
I think that's a healthy way of looking at it. I should look at that. I'm like, no, I'm being inspired.
You're a muse, dude. Yeah, I want to be a muse. Fuck that, dude. I want someone to write songs about me, make art about me. Like, all bitches want to be the muse.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear a song and it's like a love song, you're like, I wish that song was about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of cool that you're some bitch's muse. If I'm your muse, let me know. Sound off in the comments. If you've written me a song. I don't want to open the door to crazy, but yeah, poetry. I'm accepting poems. I'm also accepting songs, papers, anything you want to. Confessions. Yeah, no. What are you typing in? Rhyme zone?
Rhyme zone, shank.
Shank?
We'll spell it with an A. So.
Okay. Are we gonna write a poem?
Yeah.
Shank. fresh out the bank. Clank.
Sipping on
That's
her drink. Drop the bank.
Shake, just let the blood bank in Burbank. Richer than a coin bank. Yeah, her ass is shaped fatter than a fish tank.
We're dropping fire, bars on the pod. Yeah, these lines stink.
Yank. Wow, I never realized how many things rhyme with shank, dude. This could. I'm drawing a blank.
Driving past Burbank.
I'm drawing a blank on my way to the sperm bank. What's that? You just... I don't know. I'm drawing a blank again, dude. Frank, prank, stank, thank.
Fish tank?
Fish tank. Dude, having a fish tank seems cool in theory, but actually having a fish tank seems like it would be exhausting.
Oh yeah, they're just loud and they smell.
Are they loud? Are fish tanks loud?
Wow. Oh, like the filters?
Yeah.
I was picturing like the fish.
Oh yeah, it's loud.
It's like, shut up!
my roommate was a fish tank guy, and then like he had the tank next to my room. And
Oh.
I just heard the motor going constantly.
Yeah.
And then like he would like not clean it. I was like, you gotta clean that thing. The smell is just lingering.
Oh, the smell of a dirty tank. Nothing sounds grosser than the smell of a dirty fish tank. Dude, I got back from Texas. Everything was fine. La 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 la. Happy. Back in Los Angeles. I go to get in my car. It won't start. It's a new car. I'm like, why is my car not starting? Every light is on. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because I didn't drive it in like a couple weeks. I don't know, but it's a brand new car. It should fucking drive. I like Google it. They're like, if these things come on, you should not drive the car. And I was like, okay. So I took it to the dealer. They popped the hood. They're like, well, there are rats. Rats ate all of the wires, the electrical wiring underneath the hood of my car. And it's like, I had to go through insurance to have them fix it.
That's so crazy.
It's so crazy.
I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah, no, my neighbors told me about it and it was in the back of my head for years. And I'm like, that's not going to happen to me. And it did.
Oh my god. I wonder if this is like a common thing.
It's a common thing. Yeah.
Rats ate my car.
Yeah. Protect your car from rodents.
Wow.
And when they popped the hood, they could see the tail of the one. And it was because I left my car at my parents' house, and my parents' neighbors just trimmed their ivy, and that's a bunch of rats were in there. Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. And I guess the wires taste like something, like they're in soy or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Coated with, it's like when Advil kind of tastes good.
Yeah, it's like coated with something. Now I have to have something fucking put in the car so that doesn't happen again.
It looks like wormwood and peppermint oil.
Yeah, but there's also like, you can get one of these things that makes a noise that they don't like.
Oh, okay, like a high pitched
Yeah.
frequency. I think my neighbor has one of those. Like she has one in the room that's sharing a wall with me, and you can kind of hear it. It's like
Rats?
if you're in that, just if you're in that room, you'll hear like a noise. Now everyone has cats because our building had
Ugh.
mice.
I'm not a rodent bitch at all. So when he popped the hood and said
Yeah.
that, I was like, no, you're fucking kidding me. He's like,
That's
yeah,
so crazy.
no, I swear to God, look. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, and they like gnawed away at like a wire, like completely. It's expensive as fuck to fix
Yeah.
it too. It's crazy.
That's so crazy.
I didn't think that could happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a rat, like a little girl that has rats underneath her hood. It can happen to you guys. Get the fucking thing. You can get this thing that makes a noise, and there's also a thing called like a Ritter rat that you can put underneath the hood. It's supposed to help.
Ritter rat.
Yeah, Ritter rat. I think it's a light or
Ritter
something.
the rat like that.
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. Wow, this is a new fear unlocked for sure.
No, it's such a fucked fear. And I thought that it was gonna happen because like I lived in the canyon. When I lived in the canyon, I thought, okay, maybe that would happen, and I feared it like all of the time. Now I moved from the canyon and it happened not in the canyon. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, the rats in the canyon are busy being all magical and shit.
Yeah, dude, they're on their spiritual journey.
Yeah, they're by the creed.
Yeah. Dude,
Wow.
by
Do
the
you guys ever have like weird pets like that, or know anybody like that? I know people have like
Dude, if you have an exotic pet, I want nothing to do with you. Unless it's like a cool, like, bearded dragon. A bearded dragon I would fuck with. I follow this bearded dragon online and they put him in like a bow tie and they put him in cute little outfits and I fuck with that. But in general, like if your pet's going to outlive you, you shouldn't have it. You know what I mean? Like if you have an exotic bird, you're making an agreement that the bird can eat your body when you die. Like that's just what you're signing up for. What is this? A robot dog?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday and it freaked me the hell out.
Making a dog-sized Furby robot?
And taking it on a walk.
No.
Wait.
Why can't we see what it looks like?
See if we can fast forward and find it a little.
That's crazy.
Ah, that's what it looks like?
Yeah, and it like walks around.
Why the little baby doll arms?
Dude, if you're thinking of doing this, just go to business school
Right.
instead, right? That is scary. Look at how the dogs are reacting to it. No. Not a robot-sized Furby dog. I hate it. I hate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
Like this reminded me of you guys being like, oh, like you take the interest in like your partner, so it seems like this.
No.
If he has a Furby dog, I'm good.
Dude, if he has a Furby dog, I have the ick for sure. Furby dog's a no.
Honestly, any kind of like little robot thing.
Robot thing?
Like if like someone who goes outside and flies a drone and you have to like go outside and be like, yeah, cool, babe. I think that would be a deal breaker.
Oh, a
for me.
drone guy? I didn't even put that on my radar, like a drone guy. He's like
Yeah.
disturbing the peace to get good footage.
Yeah, he's like, look at this footage. He's always showing you
Oh
footage.
no, not
And
the
you're like, I was sick. He's like, no, wait for it to zoom in.
no, not the drone guy. Yeah,
Maybe
that
you pick like a sick song to go.
dude,
Yeah.
that is an ick unlocked.
Yeah.
New ick unlocked drone guy.
Yeah.
I don't care about your footage. Oh, okay. Also, one of the guys I dated was like obsessed with gaming.
Oh yeah.
And one time we got in a fight, and I told him that I was gonna go delete his highlight reel from his. He was like, "That's the meanest thing you've ever said to me." And I was like, "I'm gonna delete your highlight reel if you don't clean up your act."
See, I think that's actually a very sweet thing you said because it's like shows that you know so much about him.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
like,
you know what's important to him.
I will hurt you by deleting your highlight reel, motherfucker. Yeah, because he would always want me to watch his video game highlight reel.
Oh no.
And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.